Welcome back to the channel, another episode of Brian Reads the News. This is where I take an article from the USA Today website, read it to you guys, take it from my mouth to your ears. Let's check out the website and see what we can find today. I'm going to check out the sports section. I see one here that caught my eye. Let's take a look. Here's one I liked. It says, "Happy birthday, Lebron. With 40 just around the corner, you beat Father Time," by Jeff Zilgett of USA Today. The article says, "LeBron, happy birthday. It's your 39th today, and where does time go?" I looked up an article I wrote from an interview I did with you in 2008. Quote, "I lose sight of the fact that how young I am, you told me then. When rookies come on your team and they're 20 years old, I call them youngsters, and I'm only 23 years old." End quote. That your youngest son, Bronny, 19, is as close to 23 today as you are to 43 is mind-bending. I won't call you old, but you're no longer young. Some of these youngsters in the NBA today were just born when you entered the league in 2003. And you're still producing at an all-NBA level for the Los Angeles Lakers. It's amazing and unprecedented. For years you've said Father Time is undefeated. I'm beginning to think it was all a setup, a little Muhammad Ali rope-a-dope. You even went as far to do a commercial with Jason Momoa playing Father Time. Lately, your sentiment has changed. Quote, "Just trying to push the limit. See how far I can take this thing. It's me versus Father Time. I'm trying to change the narrative." You said that in late November. Then a couple weeks later, in early December, you said of Father Time, quote, "I'm trying to give him one loss. Let's just call it, you beat Father Time. To do what you've done at the level you've done it for the amount of years you've done it as a victory over Father Time." During a recent game, TNT flashed a stat of how many points Vince Carter, Dirk Nowitzki, Robert Parrish, and Kevin Garnett averaged in their 21st seasons. Carter had the highest points per game at 7.4. This season, your 21st, you are at 25.1 points, 7.6 rebounds, 7.4 assists, and 1.4 steals per game. Right around your career averages. And you're shooting 53.9% from the field and 41.3 on three-pointers, percentages that are among your career highs. No player has averaged at least 25 points past the age of 36, except you, LeBron. You've done it in the 2 previous seasons and are on pace to do it again this season. You continue to put distance between you and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the NBA's all-time leading scorer. You will reach 40,000 points, most likely later this season. No active player is at 30,000 points. And while Kevin Durant, 35, is in the top 10, he's still 2,300 points from 30,000. Dallas Mavericks star Luka Doncic may take a run at it. If Doncic plays 70 games this season and scored 28 points per game, he would reach 40,000 points until his 20th season in 2037-38. Looking ahead to next season, no player 40 or older has averaged at least 20 points, and unless there's a drastic decline in your game, and that's difficult to see that happening, you're going to do that. And next year at this time, you will shoot for the rare 40-40. Michael Jordan is the only player to score at least 40 points at 40 or older. You just scored 40 against Oklahoma City a week ago. You have one of those in the next season. That is if you're playing. You had a minor existential crisis when you and the Lakers lost to Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference Final in May, and you wondered if it was time to retire from the NBA. Quote, "I was exhausted, I was tired, mentally I was in too many different places," you explained at the start of the season. And that's what drew that comment or that statement, because that's just how I felt at the moment. But I'm happy to be returning for another season and helping the team, hopefully to get this team to the finals. That's just the goal. However, you wouldn't commit to playing beyond this season other than to say, quote, "I feel like I got a lot more in the tank to give." You have said that you'd like to be in the league when and if your oldest son Bronny made it to the NBA, but you had a health scare when sudden cardiac arrest and was diagnosed with congenital heart defect in summer. A life-threatening event changes perspectives. Time is A fascinating concept. Where did it go? How do I get more? Time takes forever and it goes by in a blink. 1 billion years ago and 1 billion from now are unfathomable. But Lebron, it seems you have a sound grasp of getting the most out of the time you have. Yeah, that's an interesting article. They say LeBron 39, is he going to play another year? Has he beat Father Time like they ask? I don't know. I think he's been a pretty great player over the years. He's done a lot. He's settled there in LA, kind of the prime spot for a big star like that. I don't know if he'll be back. I think that is the goal for him to play with his son Bronny. But does he have enough patience to wait for him to get into the league? I think it'll probably happen. He'll probably stick around, you know. It's alright if those numbers dwindle a little the next couple years. He takes a little bit of a back seat. I think that's asking a lot for him to average those kinds of numbers, but I think if he's getting that big money from LA, he probably is expected to score 25 a game. They're not going to pay him that amount of money if he's scoring 7 points and sitting on the bench half the time. It's a lot of pressure, yeah. We'll see. Time will tell.